beat Egypt home and away.
We can?
Yes, we can.
Tell me how we can do it.
Sadly, I'm not in favor of Samson and Emmanuel Amunike taking on the task that they were given. You know, I think it's a distraction. You know, but if the team was left for Salihu or Salisu, something like that, who's the assistant, you know, I think he'd have done better. You know, the emergency wasn't so much that we should call in these guys to, you know, operate on the interim basis. Yeah, but it's not a Herculean task, I must say. I'm sure Samson knows that we don't have as much talented players as we used to have in the 80s or 90s, you know. And what has baffled me for quite a long period is that our coaches tactically have not realized this, you know, in their approach. They still want to play like, you know, the Mercury team that we used to have, you know, in the 90s, I mean the 80s and 90s. You know, you don't have individuals, a lot of individual players that can change the complexion of the game, you know, anymore. We don't.
I liked the first part of the answer you gave before you said there was no emergency towards bringing in Coach Samson Siasia and Emmanuel Amunike. The part you said we can beat Egypt on our way.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
We are gifted athletically more than any team in Africa. And you operate or work with the quality of players that you have in the team. And since athletically we are way better than a lot of countries in Africa, why don't we use it efficiently by pressing way up in our opponent's half? I use Barcelona as an example. Barcelona loses the ball in the opponent's half. They put pressure right there the moment they lost the ball.
That's right.
And everybody marks right away.
That's right.
Within 15 seconds, they win possession again. And they can start playing their game again. So why don't we do stuff like that, where we teach our players to fight like Leicester currently in the Premier League. Leicester, you know, we fight like Leicester, you know, and try to, you know, win every ball. And once we win it, you know, we play counterattack, you know.
Wow.
So I think if we operate that way by making everybody a ball winner whenever we lose the ball, and within 15 seconds we can win the game, we can win the ball and start, you know, playing again. That way we can be a lot effective.
I like that analysis, Emeka. For me, it's just like, listen to Emeka tonight, play the game tomorrow, Nigeria wins, and then we go to Alexandria.
No, I really think that we can beat Egypt. I really think that we can beat them. And this is the only way we can beat them. This is the only way we can beat them. If we try to play normally the way we play, you know, slow build up in our own half, and then when we get to the opponent's half, we become explosive. We're going nowhere in those games. Yeah.
Do we have quality footballers in the country at the moment?
That's what I'm saying. We don't have as much quality players as we used to have in the past. So we have to make use of what we got in our team, you know, and that's just the athleticism. That's all we got. We have average players at the moment.
Emeka, you're not comfortable with the choice of Coach Sunday Oliseh. You're not comfortable with what the NFF are doing. You've also already asked questions as regards Coach Samson Siasia and Emmanuel Amunike. If you get a chance to coach the Super Eagles, will you take it?
Definitely, I'll take it. I once got a chance to coach the national team, but Galadima, who was the NFF chairman, had a dilemma. Austin had taken over from Christian Chukwu when we lost out for the World Championship already. And he played the last two games and he won. Now, I want to interview, you know, and he was like, hey, Austin's been around, you know, would you mind if the two of you are like joint chief coaches? I'm like, don't worry about that. You know, he can be the chief coach while I assist him. You know, and if you remember, Galadima wasn't around for a long period.
Yeah.
You know, he got kicked out, and that was the end of my Super Eagles coaching career.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria, the football has been marked as that is in a state of emergency. Like Nigerian football fans just want results. And now you've explained to us that, look, we should take it easy. But I'm still smiling somewhere in me because you said we can beat Egypt home and away.
Definitely.
How can we bring some stability into this team?
You need a coach that is great in motivational, you know, speeches and all that, you know, that can actually talk to the boys, let them understand that they could run through a wall and they believe it, and they're able to do that, you know. So if you, our morale is at a very low ebb at the moment, and Egypt is not even better. You know, their football is undergoing the same changes that ours has been undergoing, you know. So it's a time that we need to actually think before we appoint anybody as a coach. I've had the NFF chairman, you know, quoted in a lot of media outlets that no more Nigerian coaches, that he wants foreign coaches, you know. And I'm like, wasn't it the same guy who the other day said the NFF was broke? How's he going to come up with the money to pay a foreign coach? He's owing a lot of local coaches in the national team. And he's thinking about bringing a foreigner who's going to earn probably 4 or 5 times or even 7 times higher than.
And will we be cool if he's getting the results?
Exactly.
Because that's important.
No, well, you know the kind of white man they're going to bring here. You know that. You know, it's going to be some, you know, I mean, someone who has nothing to do with football. You know, those are the kind of people they bring. If he's going to go out there and get good coaches, why not? I'm all for that. But I know they can't get good coaches.
I'm about solutions right now because the problems associated with our football is actually taking us backwards. You are an ex-international. You played football in this country when it was admirable, when they have good following. How can you help? How can ex-internationals come together to show that we rescue football in Nigeria and give it the sort of following it deserves?
We have a big problem, you know, amongst the ex-internationals, you know. The few that have been able to work with the cabal that runs football in Nigeria, you know, they don't even know that a lot of people are looking up to them to change football in Nigeria, you know. So they go in there, they all thinking about themselves as well, you know, and that's how, you know, things deteriorate like that even more. Keshi had